How's it going, everybody? I'm Ronald Jr. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be checking out this Huntington Stratocaster style guitar, and it is a pretty color, and that's what caught my eye. Even though it may be a cheaper guitar, you could always scrap the neck and put a better neck on it and everything. But today we're going to be checking it out. We're going to be reviewing it, testing it out, see what it sounds like, and my overall thoughts. Should you buy one? You can pick this guitar up from from anywhere from 60 bucks to 70 bucks. You can get them used for 25 bucks. Just depends where you get them at. They're all over the place, and I love the paint job on this. This paint job is super awesome. It's beautiful, and it's not the perfect. It's not a perfect guitar by any means, but it's a cool rocker guitar, a cool beat around guitar. This guitar is a Stratocaster style guitar, and as you can see, there is some flaws right off the bat. The cutaway on the upper body is kind of weird, but honestly, sitting down, it actually feels really natural. The router got a little loose right here, so it's not a perfect shaped guitar. There's some, little finish flaws, but nothing too major. It's still a pretty decent guitar. It looks pretty sick overall, and you can't beat it for the price. And it has some pretty nice figuring up there. Now, that's the thing I was impressed about. Even though there's a little bit of flaws in the body, I'm not really worried about it. But it has your typical cheap pickups and wiring and switch, your really cheap tuners, and a plastic nut. And the action is high down here on the higher frets after the 12th fret. That is due to the neck needing shimmed. This is basically like any other budget guitar, glary guitar, any guitar under the $100 range. This is what you're going to get. Let's go ahead and plug this thing in, and I'll let you guys hear what it sounds like, and then we'll go over to the bench, get a closer look at the flaws and stuff like that, and then I'll give you my final review on it, my final thoughts on this guitar. So this is the routing. As you can see, it actually is pretty thick. You could fit full-size stuff in here. As you can see, they skipped some polishing. A little bit of a weird stuff going on right there. A little bit of chew up there. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect because it's a $80 guitar. And as you can see, there's a little piece there that's a little off. Get that in close. And you can see that right there. But that doesn't affect anything at all. This guitar is pretty awesome for what it is. Here's the back. And so we have something to start from. As you can see, this is what happens when you don't tape off your neck pocket. You can see they sanded down because it's too thick. So what happened is it causes the neck to go like that, and that's where you get your crappy setup from. So what we can do is take a Dremel and get all this out of there and get the neck setting flat. Let's say the guitar is really comfortable to play. The guitar feels really good, and the neck is where it gets me at. Even though that has like a little bit of flaws in it, it still plays really good, and it's still a Stratocaster style guitar. And honestly, for the price, they don't really sound that bad. The pickups sound okay. The switch is kind of hard to mess with, so when I do it, you know, go to flip it to one, I kind of flip to the other just because it's such a stiff switch. The pots feel okay. You can tell it's just cheap hardware and stuff like that, especially with the saddles, plastic nut and all that stuff. But really, it stays in tune. I've not had a tuning issue with it. So if you've ever bought a Glary or the really cheap guitars that's taken over the internet, this is what you're going to get. And this is kind of weird right here, but it doesn't bother the playability of this guitar. You know what? Just because it has a little bit of flaws in it doesn't mean it's a junky guitar. This is a cool guitar. I would definitely play it, and I wouldn't be afraid to play it live. So I'm really impressed for the price. Like I said, there's going to be mess ups. That's just the way it is with these cheaper guitars. You can't expect to have $500 quality with a $80 guitar. You have to live with the flaws. Even with the Fireflies, the Harley Bentons, the Grote guitars, there is some flaws in the paint and the routing and stuff like that. There's chip out on the fretboard. That's stuff that you have to live with, but that's stuff that you can look past. But that's the reality of buying cheap guitars, because there's no quality control and stuff like that in these factories. They're just spitting these guitars out as fast as they can and selling them to you at a lower price. That's why you get them at a lower price, because they skip steps. But that doesn't mean these guitars are junk. You can build these guitars up and look over the flaws, because you know what? $5,000 Gibsons have the same flaws, but it seems like it's okay when it's a well-known brand. We just look over it. So it's all about looking over things that doesn't matter. We get so caught up in little things that doesn't matter, and we think it affects the tone and affects the way the guitar plays, but in all reality, it's the neck on how it feels, how it's set up in your hands. I know a lot of people are big in tone wood. I've had basswood bodies sound better than mahogany bodies and ash bodies. I've had plywood bodies sound, just sound really good. So we need to look past those kind of things and actually think about what we're actually doing and what we're playing and how we feel it. Okay, it's all about feel. This is a basswood body and a maple neck and a real rosewood fretboard. So you know what? I'm actually pretty impressed for the price of this guitar. Some things do look kind of weird on it, but that's just how it is. That's what they were following. And I love the paint job. The paint job is super nice. I'm Ronald Jr. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'll see you guys next time.